Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Starmade. In the previous episode we have expanded our station here a little bit, and this is exactly what I want to do today. I want to install one of my famous towers that I usually have, one in each season. Now this tower is gonna be the Tower of Crafting. We're gonna make and establish an incredible crafting system right here, basically serving me with all the blocks that I would ever need in this game. Can you serve someone with blocks? Oh man, sometimes I'm just saying stuff. But anyways, what I have already done is made a little circle-shaped thingy right here using the build helpers. And the next step is going to be to make an adequate tower on top of it. On the bottom we are gonna have a roundish or cylinder-shaped building that is hooking up with the mothership. So right here we are going to have an entrance into the building where we can also enter the mothership. So this is how we would access the mothership in the first place. Okay, so this is the current status, and I think we're going to do the first stages of this tower as a little time lapse. So enjoy the next few minutes. Okay, there we go guys, the first stage of the project is finished, which is just getting the shapes together. Of course, this thing is just a plain tower at the moment, not even completed, but more importantly, more details shall be added. But as per usual, we first have to find out the dimensions, especially down here it's going to be important so that we don't obstruct the mothership. However, as you can see, I've already built myself a little staircase. This is how I will be able to get into the mothership. We're just gonna fill this baby up right here with a platform, and then we shall be able to enter through here in some way or the other. I'm probably going to rearrange this logic setup here. However, it would suck a little bit, so I'm not sure if I'm really gonna do it. But we'll find a nifty way in order to enter the mothership, no problemos there. However, another thing we need to think about is how to niftily connect this up with the tower. I really like how it looks when we are actually entering from this area right here. If we actually disable the lighten mode, then it looks even more awesome. Of course, right now the sun is not in an advantageous position. Yeah, it's below the station, of course that doesn't help. But you get the basic gist. It shall be an epic tower, so let's try to hook this up together. And before I forget, we should disable one of the symmetry planes. And of course I disabled the wrong one, so we need to re-add that right here. Okay, now I want to hook up the tower with the current shapes of the space station. And we will need to rearrange those things. Those things look awful. Now everything I'm doing with red terrain is not necessarily gonna remain red terrain. It's just to get the shapes together, and after that we shall see how we decorate it. Okay, I'm guessing we're probably gonna make a thicker base with the tower, so we're probably just gonna go along these lines here. We shall use the shapes that already exist, and right here we can probably just go down in a zigzag pattern. Something like this. Yeah, I actually like that. So we can get rid of the top part here. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna do it this way, so I will need to replace this with orange hull, so we can kind of stick with the theme we have here. The theme is important! Yeah, something like that. And then I think I'm gonna continue the staircase pattern, but into this direction. So now we're gonna go down here, and maybe this will result in some kind of an acceptable entrance for the mothership to rest its huge ray. I'm really undecisive here. Well, I guess we can try out filling this up somewhat. So basically just wing it and see what happens. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm really struggling here. All I managed to do was put one layer of blue stone or blue rock beneath the armor. That was such a creative act. I'm really exhausted now. And I'm really struggling to see this stuff correctly. Maybe if we disable lighten mode, no, that doesn't make it really better. I have to use different building materials. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can do something with the white advanced armor. We're gonna make a really bright layer here, so we can totally see the contrast. And then we're just gonna make our way towards the frame we have already built. I mean, what can go wrong? Nothing can go wrong, right? Oh yeah, that did actually a lot. Oh man, that messed up the entire color scheme here. In a good way, I have to say. Well, let's see what we can do if we do it the other way around. We're now gonna make the staircase upwards and just kind of check what happens. Yeah, this is actually exactly what we're gonna do. Let me actually kind of fill this up, reshape the building just a tiny little bit so we can make enough progress in today's episode. See ya in a second. Okay guys, I am actually pretty happy with the results so far. If we have a look from the outside, it does look epic just the way I wanted it, even without the decorations, without all the pillars and stuff that we're gonna add onto the walls. And look how I solved the encasement now. All of the red ugly stuff is gone away, and I replaced it with a layer of blue rock and a little frame of orange hull. So yeah, like this, I can actually live with the looks, I have to say. Maybe we are even gonna do something right here so that the building extends a little further down. However, I actually do like the ray a little bit exposed, so that is not too shabby. We can also see that the staircase now actually fits a little bit better into the bigger picture. Of course, right now this is not closed off just yet. I will have to do some kind of a walling for the staircase, but for right now we can access the top of the tower, and I just see I might have to expand this hole a little bit so that we can actually fit through. But that is all stuff that is easily changed, and right here we can have a look at the mothership, at least when it is parked here, and we can go to the middle in order to get inside of it. Okay, right, this is the basic concept for now. I think we're actually gonna continue on the top a little bit. We're just gonna continue with whatever the heck I've been doing here. Therefore, we are going to require another symmetry plane again so that I can save a little bit of time, and we're gonna continue with the same pattern we have done previously. However, this time we are gonna make sure that we're going in 2 blocks at a time, not just 1. Otherwise, this tower is gonna be incredibly large. Maybe we're even gonna go in 3 blocks, to be completely honest with you. Let's see, for instance, we could have a layer of crystals here. The crystals always help making things look a little bit better, especially when the lighten mode is shut off. And then we're gonna have 2 layers of lava. Let's make the first one. Oh man, I actually think I've made a mistake here. Do I want to fix this or not? I think I actually do. Oh man, how far are we into the episode? Maybe 7 or 8 minutes, and man, but it is fun. I do love the occasional tower build every now and then. As I said, at least once in every season we need a tower, but this time this tower is actually gonna have a functionality. It's gonna be the Tower of Crafting. Okay, now we're gonna make 1 additional layer with blue rock, and this is gonna be our next shape for the tower structure. Right, we need to continue with red terrain. And how large? Yeah, let's make it 5, or maybe even 3. No, 5 is better. And we basically just want to fill up the shapes we have just made. There we go. Now we want to go inwards again for 3 blocks. starting with the ice crystals and then one layer of lava and finally a layer of rock. This time we're gonna go with the red stuff because the wall is also red and this is kind of the theme of this tower, alternating colors. Right, and now we're gonna build blue rock on top of it once again. And oh my gosh, this will need a lot of decorative stuff, especially pillars and lots of wedges. At least 1/3 of the terrain we are actually placing now will not be visible in the end, once I'm done with the tower. But yeah, I can dream. We have to get there first, right? So I'm just gonna continue this tower in this fashion until I'm finished with the entire structure, until it closes off at the top in the center. It's gonna be amazing. Give me just a few minutes and I'll be right back. And there we go, the basic shapes of the tower are completed. Obviously at the bottom there is still something wrong. I haven't completed half of the building right here. I want to do this in a cylindrical manner, maybe just like the roof of the main building here. But yeah, this is gonna be a very epic building, probably one I'm going to spend most of my time on in the future, especially when installing the crafting system. I mean, at the moment we only do have the basic materials, but there are so many freaking blocks in the game that we want to produce en masse, and this is exactly what this building is for. Let's actually have a look at it from inside. I haven't done that just yet, and oh, it's a little bit too alternating with the colors. Am I in the lighten mode? No, actually we do have plenty of light in this tower, so that is great. But other than that, we're gonna have to do a lot of redecorating here. For instance, I was thinking about installing wedges all along here, so some of the lava is actually gonna be gone. Let's see if we did something like this occasionally. You know, this already gives an entire different feeling to it, and then we could go with a bunch of pillars. I don't know what we are gonna do just yet, but you get my basic gist. There's lots of stuff we can do in order to make this a little less obnoxious color-wise. Right now, of course, it's just like a crazy clown show here. But yeah, I cannot do everything in one single episode. Well, I probably could, but then it would take me a lot longer to produce it. So yeah, call me lazy if you really want to and need to. Oh man, we are running out of orange hull. That is not good. Let's actually check in my chest whether or not we do have a bunch more. Yes, indeed, we have 587 orange blocks. I'm actually really glad about that, and we also have a lot of red ones, so maybe we can do something with that. Black is also always a welcomed material. Let me have all of that. Thank you very much, crafting system. And just so that you get a better idea, let's have a look at this thing with the lighten mode. You can see I closed it off with a diagonal walls basically, but it looks a little bit crap with the lighten mode. Without the lighten mode, it looks awesome, and it is completely sealed off from the outside, which is good as well. Well, except the roof right here isn't finished just yet. Maybe that is something we should do right now. What do you think? Can we draw another orange line? I think we can actually do that. We're gonna have another orange line right here. The symmetry plane is already enabled. There we go. Then we probably want another lava line in between here, somewhere along these lines, probably right here. And then comes the blue rock. This has become like my favorite building material at the moment. Yeah, I'm thinking right here I'm gonna have another lava layer, and the rest we're gonna fill up with blue and red rock. Let me actually quickly do that and we'll check the results together. And there we go, I completed the entire roof, so this is how it looks now. I think the color scheme is very fitting. However, we'll have to do a lot of decorating before we can call this a really beautiful building. It's too many colors right now. Another thing that I totally messed up, of course, was forgetting to disable the symmetry plane again. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. Nothing! Except unset the symmetry plane, which we don't need. And again, why am I always unsetting the wrong one? Oh, this is so frustrating. I just cannot remember things like this. And now we have to get rid of everything here. Let's do this a little bit more carefully. There we go. That seems to be right. So delete, 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 please. Ah, this is gonna take forever. Actually, it's not that bad. And there we go. Everything fixed. Okay, this is kind of a crazy picture here. Oh my gosh. Trust me guys, it's gonna be better. It's gonna be a lot better once we introduce all of the struts. Let me actually make some kind of a pillar structure, maybe on the outside right here, just to check things out a little bit. Do we have wedges? No, we do not have wedges. That is of course an issue. The next episode, by the way, is gonna be a lot more technical. We need to set up all of the crafting things, and I think that is gonna be probably the topic of the next one. However, right now I do need dark gray hall wedges, because that's basically the only thing we have. But it is fitting with the orange stuff, I have to say, so I'm guessing we're gonna make some kind of orange pillars, and we're gonna use the wedges in order to make it look a little bit more epic. So for instance, we could do something like this towards the outside, so wherever we have white armor blocks we can have that. And also of course we want to override parts of the lava, because the lava is making it visually challenging, if I may say so. And then we need the same thing on the other side. Of course it needs to be facing the right way. Something like this, and then we're gonna have the orange advanced armor adjacent to it. And there's also gonna be other ways to smooth it out in the end. Something like this, and now we can smooth it off even here on the other side, get rid of some more of the clunkiness and the clownliness of the colors, all the way up to the bottom right here. There we go, something like that. And now imagine we have this every now and then, maybe 8 all around the building. Then this makes the lava already much easier on the eyes, and also on the top we do have a little bit of liberty to play around with the color schemes and the pillars. But as it stands, of course it kind of fits with the Mothership, because both have crazy colors. But there we go guys, this is the Tower of Crafting. The next time we're gonna fill it up with functional stuff, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave down your support and likes. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye bye.